And we welcome you in on this stunning Saturday afternoon to East Ringwood Reserve for our Deakin University Women's Match of the Round fixture here. The Ringwood Derby in Division 1 between East Ringwood and North Ringwood respectively. The surface down here at East Ringwood looks absolutely amazing. My name's Christopher Cordis. We'll be joined shortly by Media Manager Ryan Long, who will be calling alongside me. I believe he's just grabbing a coffee at the moment, so he's stocking up with the essentials. And we'll have Kate Green on the boundary line shortly. In this pre-game coverage, you will be hearing from head coach of East Ringwood, Peter Kane, as well as later on head coach of North Ringwood in Jake Ireland. Looking at this fixture going into it, North Ringwood come in as the league leaders in first position, 2 wins and a draw through their first 3 games. Obviously ranked first in points for and against in round 1. They were able to smash Donvale 104-0 in a game where Eliza Wilson kicked 5. In round 2, they drew with Knox away from home, despite having 5 more scoring shots, only managing 1 point in the third quarter. That game was drawn 34-34. And then in round 3, North Ringwood 8-12-60 defeated 4-4-28 Surrey Park with 5 different goal kickers on the day. So still undefeated are the Saints. They go into this one, North Ringwood, of course, looking to keep undefeated, or stay undefeated, I should say. After this fixture, they'll have Baldwin at home and look to really cement themselves at the top of the ladder. But on the other side of things, for the hosts today, East Ringwood, they come in 5th on the ladder with just 4 points to their name, a record of 1 win and 2 losses. Surprisingly, though, as their points for is tied for 4th, their points against is second best in the competition, so a strong defence there. As in round 1, East Ringwood were defeated by Surrey Park by just 1 point, as Cardia Giannetti kicked 4 on that day. That was 39-40. And in round 2, they defeated Donvale by 46 points, and then in round 3, they fell to Baldwin by 15 points. I believe we've got head coach of East Ringwood, Peter Kane, here. Peter, come over, please. Grab a seat. Welcome. We'll get you a headset. First of all, welcome to our EFNL Deakin University Match of the Day coverage. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks very much for having me.
No worries at all. Now, look, obviously stunning day for football. Got a bit of a rivalry going on. How good is it and how exciting is it early on today?
Yeah, look, it's really exciting. I'd love to be out there playing myself. I think my days are well and truly gone. But no, terrific day for it. We've got the Oz kickers out here. Conditions fantastic. Just want to bring a really heavy contest. They're a great side. We've got some really good young players coming through, and we just want to give a really good account of ourselves.
Yeah, brilliant. And you come into this game 1 and 2 on the season. I know it's been a bit tough with some injuries as well, but how have you seen the first few weeks of 2025?
Yeah, look, we've been really competitive. Round 1 could have gone either way for us. We have had a number of injuries. I won't deny that. It does impact on your ability to run our games. But the girls that have come through have shown a lot of grit, a lot of endeavour, and we just keep working away, plugging away at the fundamentals, and that's going to come through really strongly over the next couple of years for us. Some new players. We've had 13 or 14 new girls to the team, so that gelling process can take a while, but the energy's good, the vibe and the culture amongst the playing group is really strong and positive. We just love being around each other.
Yeah, excellent. You mentioned round 1 could have gone either way. Obviously only a 1-point loss, I believe it was. But how much can you take out of that? Given although it didn't quite fall your way on the day, how much confidence can the playing group take from results like that? And even the fact that while there are still injuries, you guys are still making a good account of yourselves in this season. Yeah.
Look, it's really about them understanding and learning that they're capable in any particular set of circumstances. We talk a lot about everyone has their moments, and it's about when that moment comes along, recognising it and just leaning into it. And those small moments make up a lot. It's not the glossy things that occur. It's the decoy runs. It's the lockdown. It's the bumps. The shepherd's just getting a hand in there. Those sorts of things add up over a course of 80 minutes, and it can make a big difference to the outcome of a game. But it's the girls learning and understanding that they're capable, and that's what we're about. It's about the development side and having them believe that they are capable and good enough.
Yeah, excellent. Just last one I've got for you, Pete. Obviously, you go into this game against the league leaders at this point. What's the key to winning this game? I notice your team boasts a very strong defence, second best in the league for points against, but where do you think this game will be won for your team?
Oh, look, for us it's going to be around bringing grit and bringing pressure around the stoppage for the full 80 minutes. We've got to make sure our pressure is on, that they don't get any easy opportunities. We know they love to move the ball freely. They're a very skilled side. They've got a full list in today as far as I can see. And for us it's about making them honest and about us being honest and just constantly bringing the pressure around the stoppage.
Excellent, Peter. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll leave you to it. Obviously, you had a busy morning today at East Ringwood Reserve. Best of luck for the contest.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So that was Peter Kane, head coach of the East Ringwood Senior Women's team that we just heard from. As I believe we've got North Ringwood head coach Jake Ireland joining us now. So we'll get him to throw on the headset. Jake, stunning morning for footy today. How are you?
Yeah, it's a nice day, isn't it? Yeah, good.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. And look, obviously your team comes in top of the ladder, 2 wins and 1 draw at this stage. How have you seen the season so far?
Pretty good. We were hoping to obviously win against Knox, but we fought back for a draw, and we use that as motivation, knowing that I think every team that we play against this year is going to be a good challenge, and we can't take each game lightly. So I think it's nice to have conceded that draw, and even though it was disappointing at the time, but yeah, like you said, we're sitting top of the ladder, so yeah, it's nice to be in that position. I think it's a title that we try and hope to hold for the rest of the year. Yeah,
excellent. And obviously a very strong list from your side this week, as it has been throughout the season. But for you, is it more of is your team's success so far been more so your big players stepping up, or has it been more of an altogether approach and really getting the most out of all of your players on the field? Yeah,
we've got great depth. I think obviously you've probably seen our twos team over the recent weeks. They're going pretty well, and I think the reality is I've got nearly 60 players to choose from each week. So I pick the best 22 or 23 that I've got available, and they make it a really, really strong team, and a tough decision too. But it's sort of the decisions you want to be making when you're in this position, because I know it makes your team a bit better.
Yeah, excellent. And one of those players that we'll probably touch on a lot today was actually in the team of the week for last round's performance, Matilda Broadhurst. How important has she been this season?
Yeah, she's been great. There's a couple of girls who've done a VFL, are still on a VFL list, but Tilly did a VFL pre-season. You can tell just that extra commitment to footy and professionalism has taken her a long way. So, yeah, she's in great shape to have a really good season, and I think she just took a lot of confidence out of the VFL program, and I think, she's enjoying being back with her teammates, so she's got sort of both ends of the stick as well, where she gets to enjoy it, but she's also set up to have a really good year.
Yeah, terrific. And just the last one we've got for you, Jake, is obviously Derby Day today. Great conditions. Should be a fiery contest. Where do you see this game being won and lost?
Yeah, it's always a great game. I think we made a bit of a point of just making it a really good contest today. I think East Ringwood's strength, as they've moved through the divisions, has just been contested work. They've got great ball winners. So we know that we have to match them in the contest today. And obviously on a small ground, possession is a big deal. So we're hoping to just win the ball at the contest, but then also use it really well going forward.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Joe. You've got a busy morning ahead of you. We'll let you go, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. So that was head coach of the North Ringwood Senior Women's side there in Jake Ireland, as we've heard from both of our head coaches now, both of who were very well spoken, as we're now being joined by media manager Ryan Long, who's got his coffee and he's ready to attack the day.
No, you've done well with the 2 interviews. I actually just didn't realise the time, and I had to get my coffee before we start, and a lot going on. But I did hear both coaches then, and both speak really well. Great to have Peter on for the first time, taking over the senior coach this year, and Jake gave us a lot last season when we saw North Ringwood live. So I'm really looking forward to this clash. I think going into it, I think North Ringwood are going to be heavily favoured, and that's a very strong lineup on paper. Probably their best lineup this season so far. And then for East Ringwood, it's unfortunately for them, it's been a lot of injuries to start the season, and a lot of players on the sidelines. Two of their most important players are playing VFL, which is great for them out at Port Melbourne, but it does make it a little bit more difficult for some of those other players in the lineup. But again, there's still some big names across the East Ringwood squad that I think are going to have to play really well today if they are to get the 4 points.
No, that's exactly right. And we saw last week when we were out at Park Orchards against, I believe it was Whitehorse, obviously the Pioneers, with a bit of a understaffed lineup. I think where East Ringwood need to pride themselves on in this game is just making sure that when they have the momentum, they can get scoreboard pressure, especially considering that obviously there'll be a few less players in their dugout than there will be for North Ringwood.
Yeah, important to get a bit of a lead early. If they can go in at half-time with maybe a 2-goal lead or something like that, it will give them a much better chance. If they're trailing and without having those changes at the interchange and not having the legs to finish out the game, it might be a little bit more difficult for them. But let's see what they can do early on and see if they can start the game really well. I think 2 of the 3 games last year they played in out here at East Ringwood Reserve, they got the job done by less than a goal. So you never know. These two sides do like to play out some close games, and both are finalists from last season. So I think there's still a lot of intrigue in this clash.
It's very good points made there. And for you, obviously looking at this North Ringwood side, a lot of talent that they have on their list. How do East Ringwood go about suppressing some of that? I know it's much easier said than done, but what can we be looking for East Ringwood to do today?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because when you look at North Ringwood's lineup and some of the players that are playing today, Jess Begg, who's now at Port Melbourne VFLW, she's into the lineup this week. I know she missed, I think, a game a couple of weeks ago. Ella Rhodes, we've seen how quick and explosive she is as a player. You look through that Carly Forbes is going to be really dangerous herself. And then that forward line where they can put on a pretty big score. And obviously this year you add in Grace Ward, who I don't know if she'll play forward or she'll play more defensive, but she can probably play in quite a few different positions. And that's just such a handy play to add into a lineup that is already really, really strong. And look, I think it's just going to be a real team effort. And as you said, I think that the biggest key is just scoring when they've got the momentum. So that'll be really important for East Ringwood. I do believe we've got Kate Green on the boundary line for the first time this morning. Kate, have we got you?
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Just with was it Reed? She's starting off in the half-forward position for this game. Just an update. Nunn is number 15 and Gabrielle Zappa is number 14. They've been presented their jumpers as new players into the team.
Fantastic, Kate, and great to see Zappia back in the side. From Croydon North Hemlock, we've saw a couple of her games when we were watching Croydon North Hemlock in the match of the rounds back in 23 or 22, maybe going back, I think 2022.
2022, I think we're out there, or was it? No, 2023.
Yeah, where the year they went on to make a grand final as North Ringwood come out onto the field, as do East Ringwood, led by the Oz Kickers coming out with the senior side. Kate, it's also a BCNA round, and we can see, I don't know if you're on the camera at the moment, but you've got the pink top underneath your vest. You got it's fantastic for obviously a big cause, and for the EFNL to be involved in again this year.
Oh, absolutely. And it's really great to see all the clubs getting behind it, because there is not one person in the EFNL community that hasn't been touched by knowing someone or having a family member that's been diagnosed with breast cancer. So it's a great initiative, and I love seeing it every year, and I definitely love seeing all the pink. Yeah,
absolutely. I've got my pink beanie, Chris, in my bag at the moment, so I might have to whip that one out. But it is quite warm this afternoon, or this morning, should I say. I didn't expect the weather to be so good today.
That's right. We're up on the balcony, so it is a lovely, relaxing warmth at the moment. Where
forgot my sunnies though.
Yeah,
it's not good.
I'm sure as you get into the game, you would heat up a bit. But no, brilliant conditions out here. If you're in the area, obviously East Ringwood Reserve, pop on down. It's a lovely day for a bit of footy. We'll be here in the morning, and then where are we later today? Mulgrave Centenary match.
Yes.
Mulgrave Reserve later on as Mulgrave take on the Waverley Blues. That'll be on our YouTube and Facebook streams, as well as Radio Eastern 98.1 FM. And we'll have a close contest in that one. And what is set to be a close contest here is we're just getting the captains in the centre to do the toss. It's going to be an interesting one, regardless of the injuries, because we're going into this one. North Ringwood are the number 1 rated offence, and East Ringwood have the number 2 rated defence.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And as the captains go out in the middle to for the coin toss, and looks like East Ringwood have won, so they're going to go to the right side of your screen if you're watching at home on YouTube today. Down to what road's that, Kate?
That's the Mount Dandenong Road.
I should know.
Highway.
I live around this area.
We're 5-minute walk from here, so I should know as well. Just a quick one. There is a very light breeze, so guys, you won't cook on that balcony. It's supposed to be 19 or 20 today, and the ground is actually dried up, so very little dew at all.
A fantastic big afternoon ahead. As Chris passed me a hat, it's a Hawthorn hat. I'm not wearing that, mate.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Well, if you don't want the Hawthorn hat, I've got an EFL trainer's cap in my bag if you need it.
That's okay. I'll wear it for the afternoon.
I'll be a Hawks fan for the day.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Chris,
Hawthorn.
quick, take a picture and put it up. Decimate the poor Richmond supporter.
All right, enough of the Tiger hate at the moment. Let's get stuck into this game, though, as the two sides get ready for the first bounce. Kate, your tip for the clash today?
I always go with my heart with clubs, so North Ringwood.
Do you have a margin for this one?
I think it's going to be a good contest. As Chris pointed out, East Ringwood second in defence and North Ringwood first in offence. It just it'll come down to who settles into their game strategy the quickest and who takes advantages of the opposition's mistakes or drops.
Chris, your thoughts on this one? Your tip?
I've just put out the email to make sure I don't split the two teams again. But no, I've gone North Ringwood. I think there's, especially with an understaffed East Ringwood side, I think should still have a close game for the majority of this contest. But I just think there's too much quality on the North Ringwood list to not walk away from here with 4 points. I'll be going North Ringwood by 17 points. Yeah,
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I've gone North Ringwood by 4 goals. This morning, I just think with the lineups and the injuries to East Ringwood, it's going to be really tough against a full-strength North Ringwood side who are playing some exceptional football to start season 2025. But I think with the way these two sides are going and their lists and their senior women's programs, I think both sides will play off in the finals this season. So it's a good look at these two teams for the Deakin University match of the round.
And we are off as the Rucks will do their work here in the middle of East Ringwood Reserve on a stunning Saturday afternoon, as it will be East Ringwood looking to win the first clearance, but the kick was smothered and now the footy's out the back to be won. Plenty of bodies around the ball at the moment. There's no real winner so far, as it's going to be wrapped up and the umpire will call for a ball up, still just inside the centre square. So East Ringwood with the first minor win of today, getting a bit of territory, and they'll look to get the clearance again as a handball, and they'll look inside forward 50s. There's a player underneath the ball, bounces off hands and feet. Emma Reddin's around the footy for North Ringwood. It's come out now, looking to get it forward, but not quite able to take clear possession, and it's ushered over the boundary line by Rachel Uconi. So we will have a ball up just inside the boundary line and inside East Ringwood's forward 50. So a chance for East Ringwood to hit the scoreboard first, as I'll look to go first. It's off hands, looking for Lauren Frogley in the forward 50, but the footy spilled out again. East Ringwood looking to bring it out, can't quite do so yet. Wrapping up in the tackle is Uconi again. We'll have another ball up. So we mentioned pre-game that East Ringwood need to make their territory count and need to get on the scoreboard early, and they're looking to just do just that, as they have a chance here. Footy spilled out from the tackle. Still a lot of scrappy ball to be won. We'll have another ball up. So quite a cagey affair so far, as we've lost the scoreboard on the far side of East Ringwood Reserve for the time being. As North Ringwood look to clear and do just that. They'll look to use the corridor off hands. Couldn't quite take them up, but bursting away now. And they look to go forward again. It's a 2v2 around the footy's Ebony Island, but it'll be a counterpart in Taylor Manx that wins the footy. And he's wrapped up and they'll get a ball up.
I hope that's not quarter time. That's a very quick quarter.
Bit of a premature siren here as we're just inside the North Ringwood forward 50 now. Tap out is won by Wotherspoon. And North Ringwood will look to bring it out through their skipper in Dean, who was wrapped up, didn't quite have it. Umpire says nothing doing. And a holding the ball tackle late. So it's a well late tackle by Matilda Broadhurst. Her efforts last week earned her a spot in the team of the week. She'll look to go forward and find a teammate in number 2, Ella Rhodes, who was a 2024 Division 1 Team of the Year player. 3 times in best through 3 games so far this season. He looks to centre it to the top of the square. It's just going to run away from her teammate in the form of Sarah Hum. And we'll have a ball up just next to the North Ringwood uprights.
So good transition from North Ringwood. It'll be East Ringwood clearing this out of defence. Taylor Dean takes the mark for the Saints and can send them back inside forward 50 in the direction of Wilson. Couldn't quite grab it. East Ringwood looking to defend this, but it's going in the same direction. It's Dean again to take the mark. And we'll do it all over again. She'll put it towards the hot spot. And the mark is taken. And North Ringwood will be in range here potentially for their first of the afternoon. And it'll be Jess Begg taking the set shot. She'll look to move this straight away, looking for the pocket. And a mark is taken too. So nicely done by Begg, who hits up a target. And it's going to be a difficult angle for Ella Rhodes. But I'm sure she'll look to play on and extend that angle. Instead, it does the team thing and finds Ogilvie all by herself. And this is now a little bit closer of a set shot. Still a bit of an angle, but it's in a good position. Kick on the way is on to the right. And a mark is taken just before it crosses the line. And that could be Jess Begg again. And again, this is another difficult angle, but still in range. We'll go to the boundary in just a moment. As the shot from the pocket is perfect.
That is Jess Begg.
So Begg, no issues with the angle from the boundary line, and she gets North Ringwood's first. 1 straight 6 to East Ringwood yet to score.
It's a terrific kick on a drop punt from that angle too. It has to be said for the right footer.
100%.
Very, very tight angles to work with, but showing why she's a Port Melbourne VFLW listed player. We heard from Jake Island saying it's important to have her back today. As the Rucks will go at it in the middle again. Wotherspoon wins the hit out, but it's only going to go as far as North Ringwood. And footy spills loose. It's Wotherspoon on it again. Just throws it on the right boot. 2v2 underneath the footy. It came off the hands of Ella White. Now it's into the hands of Hum, who just looks to clear lines, but only as far as hallucination for the Roos. So Eastwood, it's a bit of a squibbed kick. Didn't come off the right part of the foot as they'll look to repel now. Will the Saints? Ogilvie gets it forward, and they'll look to go forward again through the feet of Grace Higgins. Can't quite do so just yet as a footy spills out. Around it is Nation applying a tackle. And we'll have another ball up far side centre wing.
Boundary.
Does it go boundary side to Kate Green?
It's Ogilvie.
Ogilvie, okay. Thank you, Kate. As the footy spilled out the back here. And North Ringwood just managing to be first to the loose ball at the moment as Hum got a handball wide and it's sent into the forward 50 in the direction of Ella Road. She's still around it, soccers it off the ground, looks to chase, might do just that and manages to still contest it. So we won't have a last touch the rule. Giving East Ringwood possession. We will have a ball up just inside the boundary line. So forward pocket for North Ringwood as East Ringwood now look to bring it out, and the Roos have a bit of space to work with if they can get it to a teammate. Couldn't quite do so as Manx is wrapped up in a tackle once more. So we're about 40 metres out from the Saints' goals as Wotherspoon will win the ruck contest again. And they'll look to bring it out once more. All the Roos as they're socket off the ground. Taylor Dean's around the footy, gets it back inside forward 50. It's a shallow entry, but it's into the hands of a teammate in Carly Forbes, who looks goalwards. and has sprayed it wide. So just the minus score for Forbes there as the scoreboard reads East Ringwood yet to score. North Ringwood 3-1-19. Is that right? 3-1? No.
I think that is a mistake on the scoreboard.
1-1-7 it should be, I believe.
So we'll run with that at the moment as Hudson will clear this one out for East Ringwood. The mark is taken by Belo. Played on right away in towards the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous position here for East Ringwood. Ward was first to get the footy, but ball going nowhere. So we're going to get a ball up back in the middle of the ground here. So East Ringwood with the tap, gaining a bit of territory, but North Ringwood able to hold this one up. Comes out now. Just got the handball away. Tate couldn't quite control it for North Ringwood. McNamara almost getting through the tackle, but we'll get another ball up. We've played 7.5 minutes. The scoreboard reads 3-1, but we believe it's 1-1-7 North Ringwood to no score. East Ringwood is getting past a couple there was Jess Begg. The kick towards the middle of the ground. Ward was there. So was Rhodes. And now North Ringwood go forward again towards the half-forward line. Beeler was good in defence. And if they can hold this one up, they'll be pleased with that because North Ringwood looked out.
Boundary.
Boundary, Kate Green.
Number 11, Zapier, is actually number 13 for us.
Thanks, Kate, as North Ringwood inside 50 once again. And good in defence there, the Roos just holding up. They'll go towards us on the broadcast side, but the numbers are all favouring North Ringwood. Pongo for the Saints will put this towards a teammate. It's a one-on-one. Getting a hand onto it first was Hudson. Doing well in defence. The ball comes out. Wilson. Forward it goes. Was looking for Ireland. Socket off the ground. Haven't been able to clear this one out just yet, and we're going to get a ball up inside 50 for the Saints, and the scoreboard's back to the correct score. 1-1-7 plays, no score, North Ringwood leading.
So they'll have a ball up inside the North Ringwood forward 50. A chance for them to extend their lead as they'll have to go backwards to go forwards. It's Zalia Clark who gets it to a teammate in Carly Forbes who looks goalward. And the mark out the back has been taken by Eliza Wilson, who will have one of the more routine kicks in her career. And will play on and just send it straight. So Eliza Wilson gets her first of the day. North Ringwood get their second. And it's no surprise there that the league leader in Division 1 for goals last season gets one on the board today. That makes her 8th of the season.
Yeah, very dangerous. And then all their key players have started this game really, really well. And they're finding plenty of the football. So just a couple of warning signs early.
So scoreboard now reads East Ringwood yet to score. North Ringwood 2-1-13. The Roos have had a bit of territory early on in this game, but haven't been able to make it count just yet as Wotherspoon wins the ruck contest, and it'll be her teammate in Chelsea Nunn applying the tackle. So I'll have a ball up, not far from where we started again.
Boundary.
There's a go boundary side to Kate Green.
So far, clearances are favoured from the centre, East Ringwood.
It explains much of the territory dominance we saw earlier, but now in pursuit of the footy is Georgie Marsden, who has a bit of work to do because she's pursued by an opponent in Chelsea Nunn. And Marsden looked to get it off to a teammate. It's now found its way into the hands of Sarah Hum, who sends a kick forward. Off hands, couldn't quite deal with it, could the defences. It's in the Saints forward 50. Applying pressure was Ella Rhodes, couldn't quite get to it, but does so again. The handball came out from Natasha Belo. And the footy spilled out, and he's going to be holding the ball, going the way of North Ringwood. So player in the mark is just on the forward 50 arc. And we'll have a chance to take some territory and get a deep bench, and they'll do just that. Out the back is Jess Begg, who can play on, will do just that, and will kick a goal. So everything being a bit too easy for North Ringwood at the moment. It was actually Ella Rhodes who was out the back, my apologies, who kicks her goal. First of the day and first on the season, Ryan. Yeah, important one there again for North Ringwood. She started this game so well as Ella Rhodes, and looking really dangerous going forward. You've got to certainly win this next clearance, East Ringwood, if they're to slow down this North Ringwood side and get one back themselves. But certainly under the pump early, and this is the North Ringwood we expected to see at full strength. They're certainly playing like it.
This time it might be a clearance here for North Ringwood, going forward towards the full forward. And this one might just stay in time. Doing nicely there, getting away. Giannetti has been dangerous this season. Picked up this time by Clark for North Ringwood. Not out of trouble just yet. The clearing kick, though, will give a real opportunity for North Ringwood. It's a 2-on-1 contest, and they're very quick off the half-back line. Cut off that time by Hudson, doing a fantastic job in defence. Got her kick away in time. Back in the middle of the ground. Important ball to be won. And we'll get a ball up right in the middle. But that's how quick they move the footy, Chris, from the half-back line. It's been clearly one of their big strengths. They are very quick running side. Whittington couldn't get through the tackle and has been pinged for holding the ball. So North Ringwood, once again, will go forward towards centre half forward. The mark almost taken by Ireland. East Ringwood with some numbers around the football. Can't afford to give away another goal. The clearing kick, cut off by Walters from outside 50, almost hits up a target. And they're still able to keep this in control through Wilson towards the top of the square. Ireland, as easy as you like. There's another one for North Ringwood, 4-1-25. East Ringwood yet to score, and we've played 13 minutes in this first quarter.
So the Saints showing their dominance early, just able to get out the back of the pack in the goal square a fair few times and kick some very, very simple goals. So I believe that's the 4th of the day for the Saints. They've probably not kicked one from more than 15 metres out.
I feel that East Ringwood just needs one goal, just a goal to settle them and also empower them a bit.
They're getting the ball forward, but they just can't quite seem to get the better of North Ringwood at the moment, who are doing brilliantly in their individual battles. As the footy spilled out, now be kicked around the corner into the corridor. Dean's in pursuit. It's 1v3 favouring the Saints. As around the footy is Ash Tate. It will spill out now. Still a chance to go forward for the Roos. As ball is wrapped up in a tackle.
Chris, a score from this division, Knox and Surrey Park, was the earlier game, and Knox won 29-17. So Knox continue their good start to the season.
Do I go on a whim and guess who sent that score in? Or
I think you know who sent that through.
So it was Surrey Park with the win, was it?
Yeah, no, Knox.
Knox with the win in that one. 29-17, very close encounter there as East Ringwood with a chance to go forward, but the Saints can repel here. It's socket off the ground by Ashapongo and now sent further forward by Madison. Madison Fraser as the ball's found itself to the far side wing. Around it is Emily Walters. And now it's sent forward, just looking for territory on the kick, looking to get out the back again of the Saints, but East Ringwood have a chance to repel. So well smothered in there in the pack. The Saints can now hunt in numbers. Still a chance to get it forward as it's socket off the ground. 1v1 contest in the forward line for Eliza Wilson, who will get out the back and needs to sit up for it. Does. Well applied pressure from the East Ringwood defender, and that is a goal-saving tackle if ever I've seen it. Number 18 in Keely Hudson playing fullback. It's what you want from one player in your leadership group as a vice-captain. She won the battle there and did brilliantly. Maybe something that can inspire her side here to get on the scoreboard as they find themselves down 25 points. As it's come off Madison Fraser, who's dumped in a tackle, and it'll be a ball up just inside the centre square. As we wait for play to resume here. 15 minutes gone in this opening term. I feel like the Roos need to get the next one in this quarter as they have a chance to go forward now. The kick was very short. It came off Zalia Clark. Not 15 is the call. Chance for North Ringwood here, but umpire will call for the ball up in the centre of the field again. So they're winning the clearances, are the Roos, and they're winning the ruck contest, but it's just all North Ringwood from that point on, and that's a high tackle. The infringing player there, Lizzie Tsuvis. As the Saints will look to go forward from here. And it's off hands inside Saints forward 50. We'll have another ball up just inside the arc. As the rucks will go at it once again, it's off hands. No one really able to win the ball just yet. Well wrapped up in a tackle there.
Boundary.
Her boundary side to Kate Green.
So far for East Ringwood, I've been very impressed with number 4, Frogley, and 18, Hudson.
As the Roos now the chance to clear their line and just send a torp up the centre of East Ringwood Reserve as it's off the hands of Redden. Couldn't quite take it cleanly now. Looking for the clearing kick is Iconi as they'll have a chance to go forward through Walters, and it's just returned to sender at the moment. Mark taken, played on straight away by Eliza Wilson, who looks to kick it spoiled, but Wilson picks it back up again, gets it onto the right boot, kicks it goal and hooks it wide. So a minus score for North Ringwood takes their margin out to 26 points.
So coming up to the last 3 minutes of this first term, Hudson will take the kick in for the Roos. And she'll kick it as far as she can on the far side. No mark taken. They get a kick away towards a teammate still on the far side. North Ringwood, once the ball hits the ground level, they're just so dangerous, and they move this forward looking for Broadhurst. They're going to go inside 50, looking for their 5th of the quarter. Came off hands, inside 50, towards the boundary line. They're going to try and keep this one in. The pressure's been good from East Ringwood. We'll get a ball up. About 30 out from the North Ringwood goals. Just under a ton of pressure in this first quarter is that East Ringwood defence. It's been inside that forward half, a majority of the first term. Just less than 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Can East Ringwood hold on and potentially get one of their own? They're able to hold this one up again as we tick closer to that quarter time siren. Beautiful afternoon out here at East Ringwood Reserve.
Score from Premier Division as well, Ryan. 8:50 a.m. early kickoff at Miller Park. Baronia 0-2. The loss to Eastern Devils 4-16-40.
4-16.
Yeah, it's still a 38-point win there for the Eastern Devils, who are bouncing back. That's a tip I've missed out on.
Yes,
I think we
me
all
too.
have.
Yeah, well, Blake. I think Blake was the only one who tipped him as still in a dangerous spot here. But East Ringwood have been able to take a couple of minutes off the clock with a minute left to play in this quarter. And at this stage, I just want to hold this one out and not concede another one. They're trying to clear it out themselves. The tackle is big here. Umpire says, give it to me. So it'll be a ball up. They're not out of trouble just yet.
So with less than a minute to go here, it is cleared from the defensive 50 of East Ringwood for now. Standing under the footy, I believe, was Iconi. Looks to repel now. Gets it to the skipper and Taylor Dean, who steps inside. Was looking for Fraser. Couldn't quite get it there. East Ringwood just need to hang on and get the ball clear. And they do just that as there's 30 seconds left and ticking as the Saints will look to go forward through Asha Pongo. She has a teammate to help, but couldn't quite take the footy cleanly. Wrapping up in a tackle was Emma Redden. And 15 seconds now. Ball true centre wing on the far side. There's 10 to go. We'll need something pretty special to get a score here, as the first term in the Deakin University Women's Match of the Round come to an end soon. As there's the siren, scoreboard reads East Ringwood yet to score, North Ringwood 4-2-26. As there's the siren, and there's the siren again if they let me finish. North Ringwood single goal kickers to Ella Rhodes, Ebony Ireland, Jess Begg and Eliza Wilson. So a 26-point lead early for the Saints. We'll have a short break and we will return just before the second quarter starts in this Deakin University Women's Match of the Round.
Yeah, I was actually sitting down. I was like, I wonder if he brought it. So I was going to get up. Yeah, a little bit of time.
We probably will because we're outside.
Fucking old Bill!
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round in BCNA round. It is North Ringwood at quarter time leading 4-2, 26 East Ringwood. No score. We've got Kate Green down on the boundary line. We'll hear from her in just a moment as the two sides prepare for the second quarter of action. What an afternoon it is at East Ringwood Reserve. The weather is spot on, perfect.
Got some scores from Premier Division if you want quickly, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Park Orchard's up 11-0 against Vermont. Whitehorse are hosting South Belgrave. It's
Boundary.
22-1 for South Belgrave, and no score listed for the base. And South Croydon to go boundary side to Kate Green.
Hi, I'm just here with Peter Kane, East Ringwood's coach. The girls' defence down in the opposition's goal pocket was really outstanding, how they kept going and kept giving second, third and fourth efforts. What was the message for the girls for this quarter?
Yeah, look, the message for the girls right through the course of the game is being in that moment. Just when it's your time to go, you embrace the moment and you go and you back yourself in. We've got to make sure we continue to get numbers to the contest and make it a dogfight. And the one thing that our girls are really good at is putting themselves inside to win the hard ball, or at least make our opponents accountable. So we need to keep bringing that pressure.
Your clearances from the centre were pretty good as well.
We had a few good moments there. Yeah, we're winning the ruck taps for the majority. Probably need to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit more disciplined around general stoppage around the ground, but some of the centre clearance work has been really strong from the girls. I'm really happy with that.
Thanks very much, Peter. All the best.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
There was a soccer off the ground there from North Ringwood, just a minor score though, so they moved to 4-3-27. East Ringwood no score just yet, as Hudson will take the kicking for the Roos. The Mount Dandenong Road end of the ground. The kick out has been turned over. Jess Begg with the intercept mark. Begg inside 50, dangerous area. Wilson's underneath this one. just gets her hands away in time. Get a ball up inside 50. Saints looking very dangerous in their forward half, but East Ringwood's defensive certainly stood up. Hudson's been really good for them, and they're going to clear this one out now towards the middle of the ground. Big contest here, important one to be won, and it's North Ringwood who wins out. Dean, centre wing, moves the ball down the line. Mark not quite taken, but doing well, Broadhurst on the second attempt. And inside 50, the kick is perfect. Hits up Ella Rhodes. And that was a fantastic kick. Plenty of East Ringwood players around there, but hit up the one North Ringwood player. Rhodes' set shot is just a minor score, though. So they moved to 4-28. Let's go down to the boundary, Kate Green.
I'm just with North Ringwood's coach, Jake Ireland. Jake, a good start, as you mentioned, to the girls. Just a few points that you had was stop their contest, start deeper, and continue getting it to the forwards. Game plan for the whole game, or just a few things that you've still got up your sleeve?
Yeah, it's probably going to be a mantra the whole year where, we love playing really nice, pretty footy, but obviously teams are going to come at us pretty hard and make a contest. So it's really important that we just bring the contest to them and ensuring that from the very start we're making a good contest and tackling hard and competing in the air. And we've done that. And then obviously for the rest of the game, it's just more about being effective going forward. So I think we're doing that all right at the moment, but it's going to be a challenge for the rest of the team.
Any quick things to tidy up for this quarter?
Not necessarily. I was pretty happy with their effort that quarter. I think just encouraging them a little bit more to be brave with their kicks and back themselves to hit maybe targets that they wouldn't if they were under heaps of pressure. But I think all the girls are skillful enough to execute those more dangerous kicks.
Thanks very much, Jake, and all the best.
No worries. Thank you.
The Roos will look to bring it out now as tackled with the footy's Mia Ward. And we'll have a ball up just inside the forward 50 arc. So a lot of footy left to be played if East Ringwood can get the next score, but they'll need to do it. They'll need to get the next score. It's going to look a bit dire if they don't, as the Saints are going to go forward and deny them that opportunity. Around the footy was Manx, who's wrapped up in a tackle, and umpire will call for a ball up. Just inside the forward pocket there at the Saints forward 50. As the Roos are able to bring it out now and take a good bit of territory with the kick. It would drop to a 2v1, but looking to bring it out was McNamara for East Ringwood and couldn't quite do it well enough as handball wide with some Grace Higgins. Plenty of bodies around the footy now as it's Higgins applying a tackle again. And we'll have another ball up. Just inside the centre square, far side of East Ringwood reserves. We'll have, I was going to say another ball up, but it's holding the ball and playing on straight away, the Saints looking for a kick wide, came off hands around the footies, Eliza Wilson. And there's a push in the back that will favour Wilson. So she'll be kicking from probably around 40 metres out. Just under a 45-degree angle. She throws on the right boot. The kick will travel the distance. It's a marking contest just inside the boundary line. So we're waiting to see what the call is, and it's gone out. So last touch rule or out of bounds on the full, whatever you'd like to call, is sent forward now from East Ringwood, but just in the arms of Taylor Dean, who was waiting at the back of the pack. Who gives a handball off. It was well spoiled, the kick by Amy Whittington, who looks to go forward now. It's off hands. North Ringwood again with numbers around the footy. With it now is Grace Ward, who looks forward, gets it inside forward 50. Bit of a shallow entry though, but they'll still look to make it work as bodies drop around the footy, and we'll have another ball up. So North Ringwood just able to get bodies around the footy at the moment. It almost seems like they've got one or two spare players out there throughout this contest so far, as they'll look to go forward once again, and the ball will drop in pursuit is Wilson. It just goes over her, so it will be the Roos ball to bring it back in as per the last touch rule.
So 4-3 plays, no score, 5 minutes gone, second term. East Ringwood towards the far side, just having a bit of trouble clearing it out of their own back half. They haven't conceded a goal in the opening 5 minutes, so I'll take that as a positive. Just holding on that defence. Tap down in a dangerous position. Picked up by Begg. Going nowhere, so we'll get another ball up. Inside 50 for the Saints. And North Ringwood really just lock this in. They're well set up behind the footy. So any escape just gets really hard as Brown just goes down the corridor. Ward underneath it, couldn't quite grab it. At ground level was Fraser, got the handball off. Back to Ward. Ward now towards the half-forward line. Broadhurst. Plenty of Roos get around to hold this footy up. The umpire lets it play on for a little bit before taking it in for the ball up. 6.5 minutes gone, second term. Tapped down by Broadhurst. But East Ringwood with the clearance, and this is better. They want to move the ball very quickly. It's a one-on-one, but coming onto the field at the right time there was Tate, who picked it up straight away, got off to Dean. And that worked out really well for North Ringwood. The kick forward, almost cut off and intercepted. But it's Rhodes who puts it inside 50, and a great mark in defence. And well done there by Chelsea Nunn in her first game for the Roos. Dean again, handball over the top to Rhodes. Two of North Ringwood's best so far this afternoon. And again, doing very nicely was Chelsea Nunn. And from under 18s, a couple of really good efforts there for the Roos. And that's what you want from these young players, and just to create those contests, and she's been good early. Here's Rhodes again, this time tackled by two Roos, and she's gone for holding the ball. And that was very nicely done.
So East Ringwood with a chance to bring the ball out of their defensive 50 now. Not been able to string many possessions together as they'll look to this broadcast side wing. Saints with a spare at the back, but it's a spare in the contest, and well tackled there. Brilliantly laid tackle by Matilda Broadhurst, who got there just in time as there's a couple leading up now. Kicks intercepted and played on straight away as East Ringwood will look over to go through the middle of the ground. The call is you're hot. And the tackle was nearly laid. Grace Ward's out the back now, has a bit of work to do as she's pursued by Lauren Frogley. She's done brilliantly, absolutely terrifically to get the ball to Grace Higgins. And now they can switch the ball if they want to, North Ringwood. They'll do that with a very high kick that will drop into the hands of Emily Walters, who will go one further, looking for Madison Fraser, as Fraser juggles the ball a bit. And now gets a forward. It wasn't Fraser, my apologies. It was Asha Pongo who got the kick forward, and Ella Rhodes has been held without the footage, so she'll have a free kick. The centre wing on this broadcast side here as she'll look to go forward. Just got to pass a player on the mark. More or less uncontested intercept mark taken by Nikita Brown, though, who's been in the best twice already this season, and she'll look to just send it down the broadcast side wing as there's a spare around the footy for the Saints. As always, around it is Rhodes. He gets a handball off, stepping inside. Couldn't quite get boot to ball. Now East Ringwood get it forward, only as far as an opponent though, and bit of high turnover footy in the last couple of minutes as Wotherspoon's around it. Couldn't quite pick it up. It's socket off the ground. Grace Ward's around there. Copped a bit of a shot as her opponent was bumped into her by a teammate, and now they'll look to go out, maybe in the back. Umpire agrees. So the Saints stood up well, got numbers behind the footy, and now it's in the hands of Emily Walters. It was awarded the free kick, and now it's just outside the defensive 50. We'll look to send it up the line. Numbers favouring the Roos, but it will drop to Pongo. Steps inside, just got a handball off. Broadhurst around the footy, got a handball off as well. They're doing well at the moment. Clark dropped it though, and was picked up by Nikita Brown, who gets the footy inside. And it's off the boot of Tia Wotherspoon, the ruckman, and now the Roos with a 2v1 opportunity if it was sit up, but it was well defended there by Rebecca Carter, and the footy's hit the ground. They've done well to make a contest of it, the Saints. They'll have a ball up 40 metres out from the East Ringwood goal. So the Roos still looking for their first score as it's kicked around the corner by McNamara, and they might get one here as the footy's dropped to Cardia Janetti. 9 goals on the season so far. Kicked 8 in the first 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, been very good.
So if you want someone taking a set shot to get you first on the board, from an East Ringwood perspective, this is exactly who you want. So very slight angle. We'll be kicking from about 20 metres out here. As Janetti strolls in for the Roos first of the day. It's on the right boot. And there was really never any doubt as Janetti enters double digits for the season. And East Ringwood finally get their first on the board as they break the deadlock. A chance to capitalise now as the scoreboard reads. East Ringwood 1 goal flat 6. North Ringwood 4 goals 3. 27.
Been a really good 5 or 6 minutes here for East Ringwood. Defensively, they've held up nicely. Didn't concede a goal in the first 10 minutes of the quarter. And then just been able to get a couple of opportunities going forward. And that was their best forward 50 entry so far. So they'll be very happy with the way this quarter has gone. And the margin back to 21 points. So if they can get the next one, this will really give them a bit of confidence after being under the pump for so long. Pongo. Ball comes out to Hum. And they'll look to just kick it into space towards us and broadcast side. Socket off the ground, that time by Manthe. Towards the half-forward line for the Roos. They've got plenty of numbers around the footy. There's a free kick here, and it is going in the direction of Ash Tate for North Ringwood.
That was for not having the ball and being tackled.
As Grace Ward all by herself is able to take the mark, has an option forward in Neil if she wants to go there. And she will in the direction of Neil, just over the top of her head towards the boundary line. That time again it was Manthe who just got boot to ball. And we're going to get a ball up right in front of us, broadcast side.
Saints have used the wing very well here, Ryan. As they just always seem to have 1 or 2 spare to get out of trouble.
They do, and it's where they've probably heard East Ringwood today on their transition off the halfback and using that space on the wing as the ball comes out. And we'll get another ball up again right in front of us. 12.5 minutes gone, second term. 4-3-27 North Ringwood, 1 straight 6 East Ringwood. Thanks for joining us for the Deakin University Match of the Round.
It's something that the Roos senior head coach Peter Kane touched on before the game. I see alluding to it's quite a big playing area here at East Ringwood Reserve. So you've got to make possession count, and the North Ringwood side have just been able to do that a bit better here as Wotherspoon gets 2 hands to the footy in the ruck contest. True centre wing just in front of us, but it will be brought out by Marley Neal. And now they'll look to go forward once more. And it's out the back of the pack. In pursuit is Jess Beck, who now gets the footy. He's on the right boot from the pocket. If it gets out the back, it might be a chance, but Wilson's down to shove their opponent. So a bit of wheel and deal from Jess Beck, but it just wasn't quite meant to be as no score. Free kick paid. They'll look to bring it out far side. It was an inch perfect kick, finding the waning hands of Chelsea Nunn as she'll go quickly forward again and gets it to Kayla Manthe. And the call is to go quick, and that's what we've come to expect from this Roos side, as it's a diving mark taken well by Nikita Brown. I should say Yanni Warren, as she goes forward once more now. Taking good territory with the kick. It's out the back now. Balls hit the deck. Now what can they do? Around the footies, Zappia. It's Gabrielle Zappia, obviously. And will be brought out in the hands of Froglu. Can't get a kick off. It's a chance to sit up to Gabrielle Zappia here. And it's gone to Janetti, who gets a kick, a goal. And it's a goal. So East Ringwood get their second straight. It's Janetti who's goal scorer once more. And the Roos mounting a bit of a comeback now. Scoreboard reads 2-12. Plays 4-3-27.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You've been able to see the momentum just shift a little bit. Their pressure, intensity around the football has certainly gone up from an East Ringwood perspective. And defensively, you've got to admire this back five who have just stood up all afternoon under a ton of pressure. And they started that from the back line as the ball back in the middle.
It was much cleaner getting the ball forward as well, not just kicks to big packs. They were much cleaner.
Correct. They've been able to find some space and hit up some targets as now North Ringwood looking to go forward themselves. Rhodes will play on straight away, gets past one, caught on the second tackle, holding the ball.
Great pressure.
And once again, it's Chelsea Nunn who has been outstanding in this quarter for the Roos. Down the line it goes, through some hands, Broadhurst with the right boot. And there it is again towards Rhodes. Got a bit of space in front of her, picks it up, caught in the tackle again by Nunn, and it's the same result. It's holding the ball.
It's twice
Chelsea
now
Nunn
Rhodes has been caught.
So what a game has she had so far. Her kick was smothered by Rhodes on the mark. Goes backward to Hudson. Hudson's kick was also smothered towards the boundary line. They're going to keep this in, and they do well. And this kick, just the mark, is taken in time by Whittington. right in front of the East Ringwood box as the kick is a dangerous one back and towards the corridor. Picked off this time by Begg. Begg with Wilson all by herself. Has a bit of time to pick this one up. Got a teammate in Pongo running past. Pongo towards goal. Bouncing footy. Has it gone through? Has it been touched? It's gone through. And the response there from North Ringwood, their 5th of the afternoon, 5-3-33 to East Ringwood, 2 straight 12. Their first of the second term, and they got them off the turnover, and they were quick to get it inside 50 and had all the numbers there, Chris.
That's exactly right, and I think it was just Begg that took the intercept mark and had 3 opponents around him and just decided, no, I'm going to back myself, and just played on straight away, use that burst of speed to get it inside forward 50 and get into the space. And it's a good response from North Ringwood as East Ringwood. We're just looking to build a bit of momentum after getting 2 straight. So the Roos have shown that they can get on the scoreboard and they can play some good footy here.
It's been a really good quarter from both sides.
It has indeed. And East Ringwood still winning this quarter at the moment. As in this second term, it's been 2 goals to 1 goal 2, I believe. So they're still doing well, the Roos, to pull it back, but they're going to need much more of the same. It's thrown on the boot by Wotherspoon, who's been quite an impressive player so far in blue, as North Ringwood look to bring it out. And just, they've done it again, timing the interchanges to perfection as it looked to go out of bounds, but Emily Walters came out of the dugout and got it forward. And Dean's got the footy with her now, is running away from 2 players. Stepping left and going right was Ella Rhodes. A great show of agility as the ball's out the back now. Looking for a teammate in McInerney and gets it to her, but footy's been ushered over the sideline. So we'll go boundary side to Kate Green.
Just quickly, North Ringwood have only got 1 down in their forward pocket where they need to drop a second one back there. It's hurting them for their targets.
So we'll keep an eye on that as the footy bounces away from Dean. It might even bounce away from Yukoni. He's got a mind of its own at the moment, but Yukoni does well to get it forward. And there's Dean, who takes the mark, not 15, but wheeling on to the right boot is Taylor Dean. She gets it over the top. The bounce will favour will go through for a major. It's just sitting up. And maybe on a bit of a wetter day, it would have bounced through, but that footy just held up there in the grass. So a minus score for North Ringwood.
Would have been the Tobin Brothers goal of the day.
Yeah, could have been. Could have been for sure.
So East Ringwood to take the kick in. 5-4-34. North Ringwood leading the Roos 2 straight 12. We're approaching half time, 1.5 minutes to play. And that was good out of defence. And there's Chelsea Nunn again. Young star for the Roos. Towards the middle of the ground. No one's able to take the mark. North Ringwood at the back, potentially with some numbers. In fact, it's socketed off the ground this time by the Roos. And forward it goes. Here's Gianetti again. Takes a bounce. Caught on the second tackle. Umpire says play on. So they, with 1 minute to play, are inside 50. If they can get one back, there's certainly it's game on going into the second half. Been a really good quarter for the Roos. Picked up that time by Tate. Ball going nowhere. So North Ringwood would just be looking to shut this game, shut this quarter down, and clear this footy and go in with a handy 22-point lead at the half-time break. Here's a Ringwood player down behind play. We'll keep an eye on that one as they've been awarded a free kick too at the half-back line, so they'll clear this one out towards us on the wing. Tap forward from Dean. The kick towards the boundary line here is kept in by Broadhurst. In fact, it is out, so we'll get a ball up right in front of us. 15 seconds left, so there's going to be no score to finish out the quarter. It's going to be North Ringwood taking a nice 22-point lead.
Couple quick scores from Premium Division as well. Park Orchard's up 18-6 over Vermont, and South Belgrave leading away from home 29-3 over the Pioneers.
Thank you, Chris. As there is the half-time siren. It is North Ringwood 5-4-34, leading East Ringwood 2 straight 12. Chris, the goal kickers.
So 2 goals to Cardia Gianetti for East Ringwood. On the other side of things, for North Ringwood, single goal kickers to Ella Rhodes, Ebony Island, Jess Begg, Asha Pongo, and Eliza Wilson.
So there is a half-time siren here. We'll be back in just a moment for the second half action in the Deakin University Match of the Round. Don't go anywhere.
Good job, Pat. It's like a band of tissue, and it stretches from your foot all the way down. I ran into Lily in your team. Yes. I went to Mulgrave to watch Jason's game, and I saw her in uniform. I said, "Oh, how'd you go?" And she goes, "Oh, she goes really good. She goes really nice." She was really good. She actually stopped, had a chat, like really sweet. Yeah. She had nice things to say about you. When she said, oh, I didn't say that to her, but it was in my head. But you're well? Yeah, mate. Besides, with the procedure, and in not the first 5 minutes. Because we went home from Fonzos. That's what my son has.
Tell me all about it. Bit of Yarra, bit of Glen. Yeah. Doozy, yeah. Salad roll. Doozy, yeah.
And I haven't turned back. I will definitely protect you. There was one game on
She's going to do the start. I didn't even see it. I don't think so. We went really.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, she spoke about it at the meeting. And we all had a chat. Oh, I must borrow that.
Well, to be honest, we didn't actually.
Yeah. That's because you've got all the highlights. We'll be out there, we'll see you. Yeah. Look, Dad, Gabe and me are doing it. Mum's going to run more.
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round. East Ringwood taking on North Ringwood out here at East Ringwood Reserve, and at half time it is the Saints 5-4-34, leading East Ringwood 2 straight 12 in BCNA round. As you notice, both sides, or in fact East Ringwood, have got the pink socks on for today's clash, which is great to see, supporting BCNA. Plenty of pink
Boundary.
around the grounds. Kate Green is back on the boundary line. Kate?
Just grabbing Jake. Jake, a positive first half. You seem to kind of... can we step out this and pop the board down because it's actually interfering with it? Kind of slowed down a little in that second quarter. What was the message to the girls regarding that?
Like I said to you last quarter, I think we're in a position where we've got this nice little lead, which is great. Let's be prepared to be a little bit braver with the ball. There's no reason to go into our shells and play it safe and go down the line and engage in what would probably be a low-scoring game. Let's really try and pump the scores up by using, smart handballs, smart kicks. Let's see if we can get better forward entries and score some more goals.
And just with number 60, Beck Carter, I see she's out for the rest of the game. I hope everything is well with her and that she'll be ready to go for next week as well.
Yeah, we'll just play it safe. I don't think there's any point risking her with head knocks. I was just going to be careful with those. So, yeah, hopefully she's okay. And it's not a concussion, but, like I said, we'll just play a little bit more on the safer side.
Thanks very much, Jake.
Thank you.
So, back in the middle is a free kick towards Azalea Clark for the Saints, as this third quarter is now underway out here at East Ringwood Reserve. The kick almost cut off there by Mia Ward on the wing. The Roos, as this ball goes towards the boundary side, but we'll have a ball up. Chris, I think you got a score, do you?
I'm working on them. There's not many coming through, but in Premier Division they've been good to us. Park Orchards 20 over Vermont 13 at the moment, and Whitehorse 3 plays South Belgrave 29.
Thanks, Chris. As the kick on the far side is turned over into the hands of Sarah Hum, who looks to use the corridor. East Ringwood with a few numbers able just to hold this one up. Ball comes out now. The Saints, the kick through Clark was smothered. And we're going to get another ball up as Kate makes her way down to Peter Kane.
Boundary.
Take us, Wade.
Peter, the second quarter was a really positive one for the girls, getting those 2 goals on the board. It just seemed to lift them even more.
Yeah, you're right. We just had a lot of fight around the contest. We made a few positional changes, but I'm just really impressed with the girls' work rate and their persistency and just desire to really keep cracking in and just constantly pushing forward.
Their clearances continue to be a big positive, along with their second and third and fourth efforts with their tackles.
Yeah, no, really, it's a major part of our game. It's always been part of our DNA, and at the end of the day, we want time inside forward 50. It starts at the source with winning the stoppages and getting it going our way. We do that. We set up inside forward 50, and that leads to scoring opportunities. We achieved that in the second quarter there, and now the challenge is to continue it in this third quarter. And first couple of minutes, we've started pretty well.
Thanks very much, Peter. All the best.
Thanks, Kath.
Thank you, Kate. As we just heard from both head coaches heading into this third term, as East Ringwood looking to take a bit of territory but can't quite do so, as North Ringwood will have to go backwards to go forward, and would do so well as now they look to use the corridor. The aim of the kick was Begg, who brings it to ground, shrugs off one and gets it forward. As terrific work, just puts it in a space in front of her teammate. And now she'll have a chance to go after it. It's a 1v1 contest on that far side, just on the edge of the forward 50. It's North Ringwood who are looking to come away with a terrific tackle, and that's holding the ball. So it was very well done there by Piper Louie, who's been the best in every game she's played so far this season. 3 out of 3 in 2025. She just looks to take territory with the kick, and it's a very well taken mark in the pack by Alana Zapier, wearing the number 13. Another player who's got 3 times in best throughout the 3 games this season, as she looks to use the corridor, will bounce out the back. It's off the handball from Gabrielle Zapier this time. As the Saints are looking to repel, we'll go backwards to Ella White, just looking to use their spare, and the ball is being wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up just inside the boundary line. It's a terrific day out here at East Ringwood Reserve. If you're in the area, come on down to catch the end of this game, and I believe we have the men's teams playing after that, as we saw them warming up at half-time. There's a mark taken inside the forward 50. I believe it's Stephanie McNamara, the skipper. She'll have a kick now from about 35, probably more so 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. This one for East Ringwood to hit the scoreboard first in this term, which will be important, as kick will reach the top of the square. It will drop into the hands of a teammate.
Sorry, I can't see. The ponytail's in the way.
We think it's Gabrielle Zapier under the footy, who's coming from Croydon North Hemlock, and will kick from 15 now, dead in front. And the Roos get on the board first in the third term. A big goal in this contest. Takes the scoreboard out to East Ringwood, 3 goals flat, 18. North Ringwood, 5-4, 34.
Just the way they wanted to start this quarter, and that was fantastic transition. We're able to hit up targets, and that's probably something that we're lacking in that first quarter. And a couple of big marks. You go back to the McNamara one, and then inside 50, Zapier in the right spot, and finishing off her good work. So important start for the Roos. This going back to 16 points.
And it was similar to one of their goals earlier on in the contest, where they had a mark inside defensive 50 and they worked it forward.
That's right, as Clark for the Saints has been involved early in this quarter. Her kick towards the far side. McInerney chasing that one. We'll get a ball up, but they'll be very happy with the first 5-6 minutes here.
Boundary.
The Roos, boundary side.
Very lucky East Ringwood not to be pinged with a push in the back.
As the play continues on that far side, we're going to do it all again and have another ball up. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this afternoon, or this morning, should I say. As the tap down works in favour of the Saints. And they'll use their speed to push this towards Wilson at the half-forward line, but it's picked off this time by the Roos, who defensively have held up really nicely across the day. So, again, another ball up, another stoppage here. See if the Roos can get the next one and really make this an exciting finish. Trying to get through. A couple of Roos there going nowhere. And we'll get another ball up.
So the ball up just inside the centre square. It's North Ringwood looking to work it forward this time. It's good pressure, and the ball will drop to Jess Begg as a result. He gets the handball out wide. A chance now as the kick's gone goalward, but it's hit the post and will be a behind as a result, of course. So North Ringwood get on the board with a behind, of course. So minus score. Scoreboard reads 3 flat 18 to 5-5 35. For as much as of this game as North Ringwood have been dominant, it's less than a 3-kick game at this stage. So still a chance for East Ringwood to bring it back on their home turf.
Boundary.
As we got boundary shot to Kate Green.
One of East Ringwood's small points that they need to reassess is they keep kicking to the pack where they've got players out towards the commentary side that are free. So if they were to do that, perhaps they would be able to get the ball down to their side goal line quicker.
Thank you for that insight, Kate, as Saints took an intercept mark and get it forward now inside forward 50. It's gone into the hands of Walters, who perhaps played that tackle up a bit, but will find herself in a bit of space now. Ball won't quite set up for her, but it will set up for Jess Begg, who was onto the right boot in too much space for a player of her quality, and kicks truly. So North Ringwood respond with a major. Jess Begg gets her second of the day. Port Melbourne, VFLW listed, of course, takes her tally for the season to 5 goals. And gets the response that the Saints were looking for, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely been outstanding. Had as soon as she got a bit of space, you knew where she was going, and she, she's not going to miss those. So starting to really cause some headaches for East Ringwood. It's just the quality of a player that Jess Begg is. As we're back in the middle again, 6-5, 41. North Ringwood 3 straight 18. East Ringwood. Can they respond again? The Roos. As we'll get a ball up in the middle. We're going almost 9 minutes into this third quarter. The tap down. Saints to the first of the footy. The handball forward. The time from North Ringwood. And at the half-forward line, here comes Broadhurst, and we'll get a ball up as North Ringwood edge closer to their own forward half.
Boundary.
Let's go down the boundary.
Gentlemen, I hope you keep in tab of your best on grounds.
Yes, we'll keep that in mind as we get closer to, obviously, the Eastland Hoyts best on ground, awarded to the best on ground today as they go inside 50 again, North Ringwood. But again, it's that East Ringwood defence has been holding up so strong. The kick just fell through the hands of Neil, and out the back they go. That was Warren, and it's a one-on-one. Who can get there first? Gianetti's chasing this one. If she can pick it up, keeps it in front of her. Can't quite grab the ball. Great pressure laid by McNamara, and they hold it up about 15 out from the East Ringwood goals. North Ringwood's defence were under extreme amount of pressure then. Neil, the handball out, might have been just in time. And we're going to get another ball up, but deep inside East Ringwood's forward 50, so exactly where they want it.
So the Roos with a chance to hit the scoreboard again. They've kicked 3 flat 18 at this stage. Already got one for the quarter, but need to start really making a push in this game if they want to bring it back, because it's out the back of the pack now. Socket off ground as they want to quite set up. Bit of time now for Manthe, who was hit while she kicked and wrapped up in a tackle from Pongo. Pongo giving the free kick for holding the ball. So the pressure holds up for the Saints at the moment as a high kick falls into the waiting arms of Broadhurst. And the team of the week for a performance last week and making a case for it this week, as well as another player making a case for team of the week is Ella Rhodes, who took a good mark, got the handball out wide, was looking for a team and will get it to in Georgie Marsden, who looks forward. They've got a couple numbers out the back of the pack. And one of them is, I believe, Eliza Wilson.
Well, that's just a fantastic transition of the football. That was just a trademark of the North Ringwood side.
So Wilson will kick from 20 out, dead in front. This one would really hurt East Ringwood if it sails through, and it does just that. So Eliza Wilson adds to her tally, gets her second of the day, moves herself to 9 on the season. And North Ringwood push their margin, their lead out again, I should say.
And that's just impossible to defend. That, I mean, that's obviously we saw a lot of that in the first quarter, how quickly they moved the footy, they hit up targets, and a sign of a really quality side.
And we mentioned that they were getting, North Ringwood were able to get numbers out the back of the pack in the forward 50s because when they take marks in the goal square, they can play on straight away.
Yeah, that's right. They always want to move the ball quickly, as East Ringwood will do the same here. The kick was smothered. It's good defence there by North Ringwood, as now Ward using the ball nicely. Ogilvie for the Saints. 80 out from home. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. She'll end up with the footy again. Ogilvie gets past one defender, get the handball away to Clark. East Ringwood pick it off. It's a one-on-one. It's an important one for the Roos. Couldn't quite bring it down with Zapier. And now the Saints will be able to push forward through Hum. Out the back is Rhodes. Got Neil with her. Ogilvie's there to pass it off to her as well. Off the right boot. Fantastic finish. Another one for North Ringwood. 8-5-53. East Ringwood 3 straight 18. They've stretched this lead out.
And Ogilvie's first for the game, taking a total of 3.
So we've played now 13 minutes in the third quarter, Chris, and the last 5 minutes have been just dominated by the Saints.
As the ball up in the centre again, they'll look to bring it out. It's a free kick going the way of East Ringwood, so it's in the hands of Alana Zapier, who will look to go forward and just take territory with a kick. Very high kick out there. It was smothered brilliantly by Madison Fraser. Just got the spoil in there, and she'll look to keep going. Gets a don't argue in there, gets hands to the footy, handball out wide. A chance now for Ogilvie. Just kick the goal to go forward once more. Does so. Looking for a teammate. Looking to maybe pick the footy up herself as Ebony Island couldn't quite pick it up, and the Roos will have a chance to repel. Kick's only gone as far as Marley Neal, though, who will look inside forward 50. It's just, maybe just dropped short of Ella Rose, but she's been paid the mark. So she'll be kicking from 30 to 35 metres out, straight in front. Very quick goal kicking routine as she sends it forward and doesn't need any more time by the looks of things as Ella Rose gets her second of the day. So North Ringwood really putting the foot down now, looking to kick away in this fixture as they get yet another on the scoreboard. That's their third multiple goal kicker of the day so far here in the Deakin University Women's Match of the Round fixture. And East Ringwood needs something. They need something soon, Ryan, as the scoreboard reads 3-18 to 9-5-59.
Yeah, that's right. It's a 41-point lead now. As we'll get a ball up back in the middle of the ground. Coming up to the 15th minute mark of this third term. Out of the ruck. Wotherspoon tried to handle it off to a teammate, but Broadhurst picks it up now for the Saints. Looking to find Pongo. The ball going nowhere at the moment. Umpire lets it play on for a little bit to see if it will come out, and it does. The kick away, and they'll go forward through McNamara up. Standing underneath this one. In defence there, doing very nicely, was Ella White. And she'll look to switch it towards the far side. Pongo taking an impressive mark. Again, using that far wing. Here's Neal. He's had some good moments in today's clash. Neal towards the half forward line. Rhodes is there, doing nicely against her. Out of bounds, and we'll get a ball up. 9-5-59, plays 3 straight 18.
Boundary.
Let's go down the boundary, Kate Green.
Ella Rhodes reminds me of South Croydon's legend. Small, fast, everywhere. I forgot.
Are you talking about Taylor Black? Or
Yeah.
two of the greats?
Yeah, because Ella Rhodes has got a very similar, she's everywhere and then she just buzzes in and buzzes out.
Yes, this ball deep into attack for North Ringwood. That was Chelsea Nunn who almost intercepted that one. Any updates around the grounds, Chris? Nothing.
Yeah, Vermont have hit the front actually. Park Orchard's very inaccurate. 2-10-22. And now trailing to Vermont 4-1-25. So 12 scoring shots to 5. But the Sharks are trailing now as South Belgrave still lead 41-3 in Premier Division.
We'll keep an eye on that one. There was a minor score for the Saints, so they now move to 9-5-59. East Ringwood 3 straight 18.
So just over 3 minutes to play here in this third term as North Ringwood have really got this game on their terms at the moment as it's out the back to Fraser, who looks to loop a handball over the top. I believe it's Broadhurst who gets the footy inside 50. It's dropped out the back of the contest in pursuit. Now is Rhodes applying the tackle as well. There was Ogilvie. And East Ringwood looking to bring it out now, but it's in the hands of Rhodes, who's looking forward for a team out. They'll go forward once more again. It's in the hands of Emily Walters, who's had a lot of the footy, but she'll be wrapped up. And umpire will call for a ball up. 30 out from the North Ringwood uprights. Dead in front. So you feel like East Ringwood needs something soon and they can't afford to give up a score here, but it's in the hands of Ogilvie, who just dropped the footy, was lucky not to get pinned. Wilson will wheel it to the right and kick a goal. So East Ringwood probably a bit unlucky there not to be rewarded with a free kick, but nevertheless, play continued. Wilson gets her third of the day. Moves her into double digits for the season with 10. And North Ringwood really showing why they are top of the ladder at the moment.
Yeah, it's 10-5-65, 3 straight 18. And it's, I mean, this third quarter is just obviously a massive sign of what they can do when they get going and how quickly they can score. And look, how many goals this quarter, Chris, if you've got that?
Well, it was 5 at three-quarter time. Sorry, at half-time, so they've doubled that now. 5 goals, 1 in this third term.
Very impressive as McNamara can't get through the tackle.
It might also be a result of, obviously, East Ringwood with a lot of injuries.
Yes.
A lot of outs, a bit understaffed today. As you know, obviously, as you get further into the game, start to run out of legs a bit.
So Pongo inside 50 again for the Saints. Can they get a 6th goal for the quarter? The handball from Wilson. Picked up. I believe that could have been McInerney. And just a minor score, so it did sneak through for a behind. So yes, 10-6-66 North Ringwood, 3 straight 18 East Ringwood come out to the final minute of this third term.
So they need to go back to front in a minute here to East Ringwood. Saints will be looking to get another on the board as intercept marks taken just outside the arc by Emily Walters, who's been very good today. Looks forward into the pocket and will find a teammate. We'll just go back. It's Ella Rhodes with the footy. Just looks to centre it to the top of the square. And they take another contested mark. This time is Tegan McInerney. It will kick from, it's about a 35-degree angle from only about 15 metres out. And we'll make no mistake of that. So McInerney gets her first of the day. North Ringwood get their 6th of this quarter, which makes them 11 goals so far, as we've played 3 turns more or less, as I'm sure we'll hear the siren soon enough, as that moves them to, I believe, 11-6-72.
Well, even when you include the Premier Division sides in this conversation, they are probably arguably the most exciting team when they get going and when they're moving the ball at the pace they do. As here they go again. Can they get another one? Neil streaming forward. The siren will beat them. But what a quarter it was to North Ringwood. 6 goals stretches their lead out to 11-6-72. East Ringwood 3 straight 18. A 54-point lead at the final change. Chris, the goal kickers before we go to our last break.
So for East Ringwood, they have 2 goals to Cardi Giannetti, the 1 to Gabrielle Zappia. On the other side of things for North Ringwood, 2 to Ella Rhodes, 2 for Jess Begg, 3 for Eliza Wilson, and then singles to Tegan McInerney, Asha Pongo, Gemma Ogilvie, and Ebony Island.
So 3/4 time here. We'll be back for the final quarter. It's North Ringwood leading 11-6-72 to East Ringwood 3 straight 18.
That's what I mean, it's the fact that she was in there.
And then that was me my even the head coach. Two sets, him yelling and trying to start talking to the crowd at Adelaide.
Yeah, I always forget that we're doing it until Glenn says something. Oh. I saw it came when I walked down. The Slushy Club, sorry, we get a new card. You can't say it. Oh no. Set out a legal one.
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round out at East Ringwood Reserve in BCNA round, and at three-quarter time it is North Ringwood leading 11-6-72 to East Ringwood 3 straight 18, and we're set to go for this final term. It was a 6-goal quarter from the Saints that has really opened this game up in favour of North Ringwood. As the ball crosses towards us on the broadcast side, picked up by White, got the handball away, we'll receive it again from McInerney. So White towards the half-forward line. Ogilvie from behind got a fist to it. And we'll get a ball up from just outside the forward 50 arc for North Ringwood. Showing why everyone had really rated them as a serious premiership threat this season. Played off in the grand final last year against Park Orchards. Big tackle, no decision paid. Tapped forward by White, stolen by McNamara. McNamara towards the middle of the ground, and the mark is taken by Warren. She can push East Ringwood forward, see how they respond in this last quarter, if they can get a couple of goals back themselves. Zapier was at the back. The Saints have got some numbers though, and the clearing kick towards the middle of the ground from Fraser was cut off and back into the hands of Warren for the Roos. Short chip finds McNamara, who's been good, particularly in this second half. Has been one of the leaders of this club, of course, the skipper. In towards their forward half. Dean got the handball. Roos with some numbers. They look to try and escape there under a lot of pressure, but a ball up inside 50 for East Ringwood. Good result. Tapped forward from Wotherspoon. Picked up that time by Zapier. High kick towards the top of the goal square. Mark not taken. It's a chance for Frogley. Bouncing footy, that's a great kick. And the Roos get the first of the last quarter. They move to 4 straight 24 to 11-6-72 North Ringwood. And Chris, when they have had some opportunities, they've been accurate in front of goal. And despite the margin really blowing out, that they're going to be able to take out some positives from this game.
No, that's exactly right. I believe that takes them to 4 flat 24, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So very accurate goal kicking when they've had it there. It's good for Lauren Frogley, who's been one of their better players so far today and gets that reward for effort. But I mean, on a day where we said in Premier Division, Eastern Devils kicked 4 goals 10 and Park Orchards are currently at 2 goals 11, even in a loss, if you can kick 4 goals from 4 shots, then you're doing something right. So East Ringwood get the first of the quarter like they did last term. They'll be hoping that the rest of the quarter plays out a bit differently to the third, but it'll be brought out through Jess Begg, who's one of the front runners for best on ground at the moment. We'll have those discussions at 3/4 time, but kick will go wide and will bounce out. So last touch rule, we'll see the ball brought back into play by the Saints. It's a bit of an interaction with the crowd there. Not quite sure what we saw there as we go up the line. Sitting under an uncontested intercept mark there from Chelsea Nunn.
Boundary.
So you're bound shot to Kate Green.
Chris, we need subtitles for that.
As we are inside the forward 50 of East Ringwood, and now the Saints are looking to bring it out. As the player hits the deck, East Ringwood going backwards to go forwards, get it in through Piper Louise, been one of their key contributors so far. It's out the back, Janetti's around, it won't quite sit up for her. And it is rushed for a behind. So first behind for East Ringwood today.
Yes, first blemish on the scoreboard. 4-1-25.
Yep, could have easily been a goal if it had sat up for Janetti, who has had some misfortune with the ball just bobbling around the ground, as we saw in the last quarter.
Caller's curse, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kate. They're looking to bring it out now, and East Ringwood over the footy. Can't quite take it cleanly, but it still have numbers as the Saints will look to bring it out. Bit of a scuffed kick, but it finds the weighty hands of Tegan McInerney, who looks to go quick and does just that. It's now Grace Ward with the footy, who's got a number inside the forward 50. He can get out the back in the form of Ebony Island. It's off hands. Well defended by Hudson for now. Hudson, who steps inside, gets a good shepherd from Manx, takes a bounce. Hudson now looks at the broadcast wing. It's a 2v1 favouring the Saints. It's a well-taken intercept mark by Eliza Wilson, who just chips a short one into McInerney. Well, as time assess options in front of her, has a lead up that she decides to ignore. Plenty of movement inside the forward 50, so she'll look to just get a bit of a medium entry, but it's cut off well by Piper Louis. 3 times in best this season. We'll play her 100th game this season as well, actually, which is quite a feat, but her kick is intercepted by Eliza Wilson, who's just playing a bit further, a bit closer to the ball, I should say, at the moment, as it's taken by Begg. Wheels onto the right boot, showing that speed that she's boasted all day, and kicks yet another goal. So that's her 3rd for the day, Jess Begg. And that puts her right at the top of our best on ground list for today, Ryan.
I reckon she's got one hand on the Eastland Hoyts best on ground voucher.
It's a great display of speed, as we've seen so many times throughout this match from her.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, seeing her, she was picked up at a VFL club this year. There was no surprises there. She is a gun, and is very handy for the Saints when she's going to be playing for them this season. So 3 goals for her, did you say?
Yep, that's her 3rd.
Been super impressive as North Ringwood moved to 12-6-78 to East Ringwood 4-1-25. Ball moving towards the East Ringwood forward arc. Kate on the boundary.
Both her and Wilson. Wilson's got 3 as well. So this is getting harder, guys.
Well, the big strength of North Ringwood is just their overall balance across the field. There are the stars on this side, but every single player on that list plays their role and plays it well. So they're going to be a hard side to beat in Division 1 this season as Whittington goes forward. The mark almost taken by Zappia. Keeps it in front of herself. Tap forward for the Saints. I believe that was Redden. And the ball comes out and they're going to link up again through Jess Begg, who uses the ball well. And they've got a mark on the far side. Ogilvie. Down the line to Neil. Drops the mark, but has a bit of time to keep it in front of herself and get it off to Broadhurst. Handballing it forward. And held up on that far side. So 6 coming up to 7 minutes gone, final term. It's a 12-6-78 North Ringwood, 4-1-25 East Ringwood.
They have the ball up just outside the North Ringwood arc as they'll look to go forward now around the footy's Broadhurst, but there'll be a free kick awarded to East Ringwood. Let's go around the grounds in Premier Division. Park Orchard still 2-11-23, trailing Vermont 4-1-25. So the Eagles looking for a bit of a statement win there against Park Orchard side that's been very strong throughout this season in the new division.
Yeah, they have.
Will definitely rue their chances if they go down kicking 2 goals 11.
Depends if they've got their VFL players in, because they got them in last week, but they didn't have them in the week before.
That's very true. But so 2 goals 11 is a lot of room for improvement as it will bounce out the back, and East Ringwood looking to do the defensive work. Happy to just take a stoppage just on the side of their goal square. So another chance here for the Saints as looking to bring the footy out was Louis. He's been seemingly everywhere in this quarter, but has given away a free kick for throwing. So we can't quite see who's got the footy in their hands, but it is a North Ringwood free kick. And a slight angle from about 15 metres out will kick truly. So North Ringwood get another on the board, respond to East Ringwood who kicked the first as they get their 2nd of the quarter, I believe. And it's Ebony Island there with her goal. So makes it her 2nd of the day.
Yeah, been just as we said, they've been super impressive. The amount of goal kickers that have got on the board, as well as the multiple goal scorers, just really impressive. And I believe we've got a score out at Donvale Reserve. I think it's Baldwin 51, Donvale yet to score, unfortunately. As we look at the ladder, the North Ringwood are going to remain on top. They're going to be equal points with Knox, who have been really impressive. Here they go through the middle again. It's Neil. Inside 50. Mark almost taken just off the chest of Ogilvie. Rhodes was tackled and caught for holding the ball. So free kick here to Piper Louis. In defence for the Roos, as we said, has been impressive to start the season and been solid today as well. Her kick towards us broadcast side. Whittington. Did she get away with the handball? No, she didn't. It's holding the ball and Pongo to take, or in fact, it will be Rachel Coney to take the free kick and looks to go inbound. Dangerous kick. Picked off this time by Ward. Gets her kick away towards Warren. Warren off the ground, didn't quite connect with it. Forbes will pick it up this time on second attempt. Got it off and they move through Hum towards Ogilvie. Roos with some numbers, trying to mop this one up, and they do so. Looking to clear it back towards the middle of the ground. Can they get a couple of late goals put back on the scoreboard? This time it's Redden. The handball backwards. And a ball up in the middle of the ground. So 13-6-84 plays 4-1-25. We've gone 10 minutes into this final term. There's no one getting out of that tackle. So another ball up in the middle, Chris.
So another ball up in what is turning out to be quite a warm Saturday morning.
Oh, I know, up here.
Well, afternoon now. I'm surprised you're still in your jumper.
I know, I need to take it off.
As the North Ringwood look to bring it out. Obviously on the balcony here at East Ringwood Reserve. Terrific calling spot, it must be said.
Home of one of the best burgers here too.
Yeah, and we're in discussions at half time to bring the burger reviews back, but that's a talk for another day.
Just don't leave it in Tennant's hands.
North Ringwood look to work the ball forward. It's a good lead up and mark taken by Ella Rhodes, who will look inside now, centering ball. Pongo's the target, will go over the top of her. But in pursuit now is another Saints player in Ogilvie. Ball's dropped to the deck, looking to bring it out of the Roos. Will go forward now. It's in the hands of Whittington for East Ringwood, who's taken to ground in a tackle and he's wrapped up.
Boundary.
So your boundary side to Kate Green.
With North Ringwood, their ground ball skills, they're one of the better teams with their ground ball skills when the ball's bouncing and they're going after it.
So there's an intercept mark taken here in the centre square as North Ringwood look to go quickly to Ella Rhodes, who's in pursuit, and ball will be out for a ball up. Just quickly out, Domini Reserve in Premier Division. The score is now 2-12-24 for Park Orchards. Trailing Vermont by one single point, so 24-25 out there in a very, very close encounter. As the tap goes wide, Ogilvie's around the footy. Hasn't quite seen its way over the boundary line, but the umpire will call for it nevertheless as Whittington falls onto it. Elsewhere in Premier Division, South Belgrave up big 61-3 on Whitehorse, who are quite understaffed at the moment, the Pioneers. So we'll have another ball up. So there's a free kick there for Zalia Clark of North Ringwood, who sends it forward into forward 50. Around it is Jess Begg, who are looking to tie a fourth to her day today. Wrapping up in a tackle. So too is Ella Rose, who's looking for her third. As the ball spills out, Ogilvie's there. Another player who's contributed quite a lot so far today in this encounter.
Boundary.
So boundary side of Kate Green.
I'm liking how North Ringwood just doesn't stick to one side. They do crisscross across the field just to make sure that they do get players that are less congested.
It's North Ringwood playing away from home, probably using East Ringwood Reserve more to their advantage than East Ringwood at the moment. This is a big playing area here. We'll have a ball up in the centre square. Neil was in the ruck, but it will come out. Looking to win it was Carly Forbes. Socket off the ground. Broadhurst was there. Looks to get a handball to Ogilvie. Can't quite get it there in its entirety. And wrapped up in a tackle, but a high tackle will be Alana Zapier. We'll have a chance to repel now as we're 13.5 gone in this Deakin University Women's Match of the Round. Thank you for joining us on our Facebook and YouTube streams. Stay tuned because at 1:10, I believe, is it Ryan? 1:10.
1:15.
1:15. We go to Mulgrave Reserve for Mulgrave's centenary match in the senior men's competition as they take on Waverley Blues. That's set to be a tight contest as Mulgrave go in on top of the ladder. That'll be on YouTube and Facebook as well as Radio Eastern 98.1 FM as it's brought back in through Emma Redden. The kick wasn't quite as nice as she would have hoped for. As now having to pick up the crumbs through the middle is Begg, who gives a handball, gets one back, steps inside, gives another handball. North Ringwood looking to chain up and Begg is around the footy again. She won't get it though because it's Carly Forbes who's got it. Begg applying the pressure in the tackle and he's wrapped up.
It's a shame we don't have the Premier data stats available for the senior women's competition because I'd love to know how many disposals Begg has had this afternoon.
That's exactly right.
Probably at north of 30, you'd have to say.
Oh, 100%. be very interesting to see how this North Ringwood side in general matches up against some of the teams in Premier Division. So very unlucky not to go through last season as Park Orchards won. But you feel like that, barring a big turnaround, you'd feel like they'd be right up there at the pointy end of the season at the end of 2025. So they're looking to bring it out now, their defensive 50, and they're wrapped up. So as we cross soon into 15 minutes play, this will keep North Ringwood at the top of the ladder, Ryan. They go in next week. I've got it here. Next week they will travel to, or they will host Baldwin.
That'll be a good contest. First time the two sides have met, with Baldwin coming into the competition this year. Here's Rhodes, gets away from her opponents and looks to find McInerney. Sport from behind, doing nicely there in defence was Brown. And we'll get a ball up far side. 15.5 minutes gone, final term. 13-6-84 North Ringwood to East Ringwood 4-1-25.
Chris?
Yes, Kate?
Have you noticed that North Ringwood and Park Orchards have a very similar running style?
They do. It's very, I'm not sure if ground and pound is the term, but it's very pedal to the metal. They just like to go quick, and it's a good style because we've seen it work well here in the fact that if they take marks in the middle, they can just turn and play on and get players out the back to kick goals. Here's Broadhurst on the foot. He had the lead up of Wilson. Looked to a diff. Jake, good fly. So Wilson looks for a handball. Was unselfish there. Got it to Pongo. Couldn't quite get boot to ball. And it's rushed over the boundary line. For East Ringwood, doesn't look like it is getting any easier. A tough two-game span as they face top of the table here today and then travel away to Knox, who are currently second.
Yeah, they'd love to get a few more players back into this lineup who are currently injured. One player they'd love to have out there at the moment is Davidson, who's the runner today, as they try and clear out of their own defence. Picked off again by Higgins. Handballed forward was cut off there, McInerney.
Just quickly on in Premier Division, Park Orchards finally with another major on the board. They retake the lead 3-13-31 over Vermont 4-2-26.
So back in front, the Sharks, as North Ringwood look to add a couple more before the final siren and just have that extra boost of a percentage.
Park Orchards are my dark horse.
Yeah, they're a big chance in Premier Division, the way they've started the season. And I think after watching this game here today and just watching the way North Ringwood have played, can't imagine anyone is swaying from the tip of North Ringwood as the premiership favourites that we all had at the pre-season. Towards the boundary line it goes, and East Ringwood, through the hands of none, will be able to take possession of the football.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw East Ringwood there in finals as well, though, considering once they get these players back, they'll
I agree.
be able to make a much better account of themselves as the mark is taken in the pack, I should say, by Forbes, who looks forward. Been a bit more influential in the fourth quarter. Forbes, who was otherwise had a bit of a quieter game by her standards, but very good usually in the 2024 Division 1 team of the year last season. And the intercept marks taken by Piper Louise had a very impressive fourth term here. So just about over 2 minutes to play here at East Ringwood Reserve in our Deakin University Women's Match of the Round. Is just below us, looking to shake off an opponent was Grace Walker. The handball off. Kick was sent forward by Emma Redden. And now just getting boot to ball was Wotherspoon and finds a teammate. So a chance for East Ringwood maybe to get one more consolation goal. As it's off hands, looking to pick it up was a teammate. There's a ball up just in the centre square. So a very impressive showing from North Ringwood, who are currently up 60 points, so a 10-goal margin. As the scoreboard reads, East Ringwood 4-1-25, North Ringwood 13-7-85. Right next to me, media manager Ryan Long's had enough of the Hawthorn cap that I've got him.
That's enough.
Hawks play at 120, I believe, today, Ryan. I'll be keeping an eye on that on the boundary line. Got the D's. That'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, Melbourne probably get up, I reckon, today.
Have a listen to him.
Thank you for the vote for Melbourne, guys.
Have a listen to him as East Ringwood look to go forward as we cross over into the last 60 seconds of this fixture.
Chris, did you get a picture of him in that Hawthorn hat?
I actually didn't, and I regret it now so much. So the Saints looking to repel as they'll go out through skipper Taylor Dean, who gets it wide into the waiting arms of her teammate, and they've got some space to work with here in North Ringwood, so they could actually get the footy forward, and they do so to get it to Rachel Yaconi. They'll have to turn and go quickly, as they've done all morning. As Wilson led up, it was touched, so we'll have a free kick going the way of East Ringwood for a push in the back. As ball has gone out the back of the pack, Sue Villas is around it. Looks to get it inside, maybe a chance for East Ringwood to get one more, but the Saints aren't looking to give their rivals anything, as they'll just kick the footy into space. The ball right to a complete stop, and the siren will agree. So that's all she wrote here at East Ringwood Reserve in our Deakin University Senior Women's Match of the Round here in round 4. It's East Ringwood 4-1-25. Falling to North Ringwood 13-7-85. It is the Saints with a statement 10-goal win, which keeps their spot at the top of the ladder with a nice little percentage booster as well, if you don't mind. So
yeah, absolutely. 10-goal win. We can do our 3-2-1 soon, but for me, I don't know where you're going, Chris and Kate, but I'll give my 3 to Jess Begg. I just thought, particularly as the game continued, she just never dropped off. As she kicked 3 goals, had a ton of the football, and used it well every single time. So she's my vote for the Eastland Hoyts best on ground. Chris?
I agree with you. I've gone 3 votes for Jess Begg. I think through the middle she was really influential in everything that her side did. 2 to Ella Rhodes, who in her own right would many weeks with a performance like that get herself 3 votes, but
I think you could there maybe 5 or 6 plays.
No, it's exactly right. She's got 2, and then I've got Eliza Wilson with the 1 vote, where everything going forward seemed to go to her.
Boundary, I'm the same. So I will track down and Miss Jess Begg.
Number 10,
excellent.
Jess Begg moves her tally to 3 times in best, I believe, in 3 games. She missed 1 due to VFL duties, is that right?
Yes, she did miss 1 game due to a game out at Port Melbourne.
So make that 3 times in best out of 3 games, and doubles her goal tally. So it was 3 goals coming into this game, and it goes to 6 now, as Kate's just grabbing her on the boundary. Can you hear us, Jess?
Yeah.
Congratulations on a stunning win and a great performance from yourself in a derby game, no less. How good does that feel?
Yeah, it was really good. Good match by both teams. It was good to just get out on the ground and have a bit of fun.
And you keep your spot at the top of the table now with that win. How good is it to run out with this group of girls each week, given that you've got such a strong list?
Yeah, it's so good. They're like a second family to me, so I love all the girls. It's just so fun. Like, everyone's so encouraging and just, wants everyone to do the best. A bit of like not a very selfish team, all like in it for each other, and we want the best for each other, so it's really good.
And Jess, congratulations on being selected in the VFLW side in Port Melbourne this year. Have you learnt much from the VFL, also playing there and then coming back here to play at North Ringwood?
Yeah, definitely. I've learnt so much from them. It's been a massive step up in the trainings, learning so much from all the girls as well. And it's been good to have some like familiar faces down there too, with like Nicola Davidson and Paris Gibalem as well. So they've been great to be down there too. But yeah, definitely learnt so much from it. It's great.
Absolutely. And the side as well, you've got the development squad too, and it looks like everything's going really nicely with the senior women's program. So there's a lot of depth at the club, and that shows today because you probably had everyone on the ground contributing and doing their role.
Yeah, definitely. Having the 2 teams is so good. Like, having those numbers at training to be able to do like match sim, and just all exactly like even the 2s wanting the best for us and us wanting the best for the 2s. Like, it's just an amazing club and really good to be around.
Well, congratulations, Jess. We'll let you go. Before you go, Kate's got an award for you, your best on ground, so the Eastland Hoyts voucher for you. Congratulations on another win for North Ringwood.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks there to Jess Begg. A great performance this afternoon. So Kate will be down there and get a photo for the socials. The Eastland Hoyts best on ground. Eastland, obviously, our major sponsor with the Eastern Football Netball League. So great to see there, and congratulations to North Ringwood. We're going to start to wrap things up here as the North Ringwood side wait for Jess to get her photo and to go into the rooms and to sing the song. Another big performance for the Saints. And for me, Chris, it's going to take a lot to... I know Knox had the draw with them this season, but it's going to take a lot for a side to take this North Ringwood team down this year.
No, that's exactly right. And we say even in the draw that Knox had, obviously North Ringwood still had a lot more scoring shots in that encounter, so probably were a bit unlucky not to come out on top. But you feel like they can keep this strong core together and as strong as a list as they have, they'll look right at home in Division 1 and really definitely be there at the pointy end of the season. Just quickly, in Premier Division, we're giving updates on that Park Orchards game. I believe that's done now. Park Orchards 3-13-31, just getting over the line against Vermont 4-2-26. And elsewhere at Springfield Park, Whitehorse Pioneers 0-4-4, going down to South Belgrave 11-10-76.
Thank you, Chris. We're going to start to wrap things up. Thank you to Megan Green behind the camera again this afternoon. Kate Green on the boundary line. Happy Mother's Day for her tomorrow as well. Obviously, Mother's Day tomorrow, so make sure to get around your mother this weekend. That's it for us here. We'll be live again at 1:15 p.m. for the senior men's match of the round between Mulgrave and Waverley Blues. So thank you again for joining us.